I'm Patrick Smith. I didn't think there was a pregnant pause. I didn't think you...
It's easier to edit.
Are you collecting the outtakes?
It's easier to edit if there's some pause, so I can see where I can cut things.
I see. Well, there should have been a warning.
Guys, we're having a week. By the way, I'm Carrie Goolsby.
And I'm Patrick Smith.
And we are 2 sips in.
And as usual, we may be more.
Hey, they don't know that.
Not
they know
say,
that. They
not
totally
saying
know
we
that.
are, not saying we're not.
Oh, my goodness. We are coming off the holiday weekend.
We are.
And I know...
And how was yours?
We have not seen each other for like 2 weeks because of that.
It seems like it's been a long time.
You were in Alaska.
I was in Alaska.
I was home in my jammies.
I could see Russia.
Could you?
Yep.
Is it true?
From your kitchen window. There's Alaska.
Only the kitchen.
I think it was
There's
actually
Alaska?
just the mountains right outside the window, but I don't think...
No, but for real, can you see land across the straits?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so, but you look serious all of a sudden.
No.
Wait, no, really?
Well, no.
Never been there.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a gorgeous state.
That's the only place I think I would do like a cruise.
Oh, me too.
To Alaska.
It's not the only place. But
cruises just seem so cliche and
they
tacky.
do. I know. And I've never been on one.
Yeah.
I just have never had a desire. So it works out well.
Unless
because,
you're going to Antarctica or the Galapagos.
And why in the hell would you want to do that unless you have a really good parka?
I'm from Chicago. You know, it's like winter for us.
Oh, yeah. That is like the Arctic, whatever that...
But
what do you say?
We're talking about Alaska because you were there.
Well, we are. And getting there was fine, but it was adventurous.
Okay, tell me about it.
Oh, my goodness. So...
what airline did you take first?
Alaska, and I love Alaska Airlines.
Winky-dinky.
Yeah, I love Alaska Airlines. They're wonderful. Even Coach in Alaska is really darn nice. I mean, they have all new planes.
We're trying to get sponsors.
We are. But no, they do. They have new planes, a new fleet of planes that are just really nice and clean and comfortable. I mean, okay, Alaska and Coach, which okay, this is going to sound snobbish. However, I typically don't fly Coach because it just is not. It's worth the extra couple $100
totally
to fly first class, and the only thing you get in first class is more leg room. A little
More
bit wider
ass
seat,
room,
so
yeah.
if you're fat, it's really comfortable.
Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Oh, I'm just referring to this is why I fly Coach, and and free drinks, free cocktails. That's always good. So I probably do put the airline in bankruptcy for that. Yes,
worth the money right there.
And you get a decent meal. And first class in Alaska, you actually get like stemware and not china, but at least it's whatever. It's something that can break. It's not like a plastic dish, like a plater.
I see what you're saying. But anyway, flying to Alaska, on Alaska. You were first class or you were not first class?
No, not first class.
Okay, so you had your family there.
I did not make reservations. I did not book the flight. So by the time the person who did book the flight, no names mentioned,
Mark.
There were okay.
There were 2 adults in this building. If it wasn't you.
That's true. I guess we can deduce that it might not have been me.
Okay.
Other than the fact that I just said it wasn't me.
You didn't make the reservation.
So 2 adults and a child.
Yes.
None of the 2 of us were sitting next to each other. So Mark was in aisle 22.
But hold on, you get to pick your seats with them, don't you?
You do, but that's all that was
available.
left. So
okay.
The Portland or Seattle to Anchorage and back flights are always booked.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's a pretty popular destination. Well, it's called Alaska Airlines for a reason. So,
but who's going to Alaska
I digress.
in the winter?
Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous.
Oh no, yeah.
And Anchorage is nothing. I mean,
did you find that one polar bear?
No, I wanted to.
Yeah,
but I didn't want to go out on the ice. Oh, I'm sure he drowned by now.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good run while he had it. So,
can I say one other?
Sure,
sad thing
you can say whatever. Oh, sad?
Yeah.
Is that what this podcast is about?
No, but I just read online. And you probably are going to look at
the koala bear?
No, that one was last week, dude. Get up to date on your dead animals.
Okay.
I don't know who you listen to on Facebook, but no.
Oh, shit. That didn't work out.
We're going to be so classy throwing our drinks.
So for the audience listening, I decided I was going to swirl my cocktail and oh shit, I did it again. Maybe I should not do this.
You're not good at that. Don't do it.
I just spilled
He's
half my cocktail.
He's spilling booze everywhere. And the first rule of being an alcoholic.
You never spill booze.
Don't waste it.
No.
Anyway, back on my sad note now that we spilled alcohol. Oh, it was like pouring one out.
What could be sadder than this?
It was like pouring one out.
There we are.
We were pouring one out for little Bub.
Who's little Bub?
I knew you were going to say that. It's that little cat.
I feel like I need the BP spit guard. Who's little Bub?
Little Bub. But no, it's that little brown tabby cat that his tongue always sticks out.
Oh, yeah.
He died.
Oh, he should have.
Yesterday. Fuck you.
Well, he lived a good life. His tongue was sticking out.
So?
Oh, nobody needs to see that.
90% of Chihuahuas' tongue stick out.
They should die too.
God damn, you're
I
evil. I have to cut all this out because it makes you look like an asshole.
I am an asshole. I hear it from my child all the time.
Okay, just as long as you're wearing the hat that you're putting on yourself.
The nice thing about daughters with dads, they never call you an asshole. They don't even think you are one. And if they do, you'll never know. With sons,
hey, Bo.
It's a completely different story.
Stop listening
to
him, Bo. Stop listening. Send me a message on your true thoughts of your father. Download, totally. I won't put it in the podcast, I swear.
Bo would never say that.
That's true.
Bo,
I picked the sweetest daughter out of all of them. No offense to Liza and everybody else. I just threw everyone else under. God damn it, now I'm the asshole of the podcast.
And mission accomplished. It's no longer me.
Woo! Got out of that one. Fast.
Oh my gosh. So Bub died.
So little Bub died. Yeah, that's just sad.
Okay.
I always wonder with things like that, totally getting off topic for a moment, what those people that basically their lives were managing little Bub, their PR,
right.
their merchandise, all this stuff. Now that he's gone, does that stop? Do they continue on? Do they get a new retarded cat?
They have to.
They have to what?
Maybe get a new retarded cat.
Or do they make little Bub live on?
And we shouldn't say retarded. That's not PC.
When was I PC?
Well, no, you actually do a pretty good job of being PC most of the time.
Fuck Jesus?
We can't use that. Okay, that is not PC, and we cannot use that.
Anyway.
Oh, so
yes, back to Alaska, by the way.
So speaking of baby Jesus.
Oh dear God.
So I'm going to go beyond the trip up there, which is really a story in itself.
Which I'm waiting to hear. I made you not tell me anything.
I know.
So we could record it.
Intentionally have not made me say anything.
I know nothing.
So we'll circle back to baby Jesus. Mm-hmm. So, first of all,
his birthday's coming up.
It's coming up really soon. It's just a few days after yours.
Fucking.
Or at least on the day we celebrate it.
What?
Well, because...
Oh, it's probably July, June. His
April,
birthday.
something like
April?
that.
Is that
who
the
knows?
news?
I don't know.
Watch, it probably is the actual accurate day.
Yeah. No, because the North Star shouldn't be like in this... Yeah.
Maybe it really was in Egypt that he was... Maybe it was somewhere else where I don't know. Like, there's so many factors. Like, we think we know a lot about history and how to.
Well, you know what was in Canada.
Are you sure? Just a random grunt there.
I feel that this podcast should be like on video as well because our facial expressions.
Well, great segue. We do have a YouTube page now.
We do,
and all of our podcasts without visuals, kind of just a generic subscreen, will be uploaded there automatically.
Oh, hey, and can we give a shout out to Michigan? Michigan, they
don't know who you are.
We don't know who our
you.
listeners are, but they were the most listened to state in the nation this last week.
Yeah. No, and I'm from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I know people in Wisconsin, but I don't know if I know anyone in Michigan.
I know people in Michigan, but I have not told them about this.
So unless they're like stalkering you.
Why haven't I not told them about this?
Because I'm doing all the PR apparently.
Apparently.
Okay.
All right. So
Did you just make up for effect?
I did. So
back to Alaska, for the love of George. Tell me about Alaska.
Okay. So anticipating that holiday travel is going to be kind of a shit show, we get to the airport at least 3 days early, and it felt like it. It was a breeze, just slipping through those lines. Of course, anymore it is not bad.
Did you get the dogs?
What dogs?
The dogs that sniff you as you
Oh,
walk
yeah, yeah,
in.
yeah,
I love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I feel like it's my personal runway.
I know.
With animals.
I know.
It was
right?
made for me.
Right? So they did. They had the meet and greet dogs. You could pet them if you're feeling...
Really?
Oh, yes. So they had... they brought over dogs from the Humane Society to just meet and greet people, so you
Really?
can pet
So
them
they
if
weren't
you're
like
feeling...
the official
So
sniffers.
people would be calmed down. No, they weren't like in Houston where they're sniffing you for drugs. These were dogs who were just like sniffing you because they wanted to see if you're a good person or not.
I had the drug sniffers last time I went through.
Did you? Well,
yeah.
they picked the right person.
Fuck yeah. No, actually, I did have a bottle of CBD oil that I used for my
Right.
joints, and I was bringing it. It was when
But
I
that's
went
harmless.
to Denver in September, and I actually did like research to, okay, I'm not going to get pulled over, arrested, and it said no as long as it's just CBD, no THC. It's fine. But when I got there, I still pulled it out and I like showed a TSA man.
Please.
I'm like, is this okay? And they're like, yeah,
So
dude,
we
put it
have a
away.
friend who comes out once a year from Utah.
Oh dear God!
And she goes home. She spends probably $1,000 at the local pot shop on edibles. And she takes all the edibles out of their original packaging and put them in Ziploc bags as though she's just bought candy. And she puts them in her luggage. And she takes
What?
home like $1,000 worth of edibles to last her a year.
What?
To Utah.
Oh my God!
Okay, so last year she did this. Her luggage got lost, quote unquote. And it's like, okay, are you not scared that they... It's like,
You're
no.
gonna get arrested?
But it truly was. They did truly temporarily misplace her luggage. And they brought it to her at 2 or 3 in the morning.
with the edibles in it.
They were all there.
No.
They were all there.
Wow.
Who would have the gonads to do that?
Right? Hell no.
Not me.
Government kind of scares me when it comes to like doing weird things.
I know.
Especially federal government. It's
Right?
Like, they can hold you for fun.
Well, look, we had that little gnome who was our attorney general for a long time. What was his name? Oh,
Which one?
Carrie's making a
I've
pouty
got no
face.
ice. I've got no ice. Sorry.
Yeah, the guy from Alabama.
I want to say Spencer, but that's obviously
No,
the wrong one.
how am I blanking on his name? Because I really pride myself on keeping current with things.
Oh, you're so current.
Jeff Sessions.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The Keebler elf.
Yes. No, totally.
Yeah. So we get to the airport way early, and we have like 4 hours to play Candy Crush or Words with Friends. And
You found the local bar.
oh my God, it wasn't a bar. But it was a whiskey shop. And let me tell you, this is the best whiskey I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
So I did not taste test it there. It's called...
Do they have tasters there?
I think they might.
Okay.
No, actually they don't. And the reason I know this is because I did, from a distance over here, she looked like a street person who was probably, somebody bought her flight ticket for her.
You can't, yeah.
And she was asking about taste testing, and they let her know that they weren't allowed to do that at the airport.
Okay.
So
That's what I was wondering, yeah.
beautiful marketing. It's called Westward Whiskey. It's
Westward
actually
Whiskey.
distilled here in Portland. And
so we can go visit.
it's not just whiskey. They have the true Bordeaux type of cherries. I like drinking old fashions.
Okay.
That is my go-to cocktail.
What's in an old fashioned?
So it's
Whiskey?
essentially whiskey or bourbon
Okay.
on the rocks, typically, with some simple syrup. You take a like a sliver of orange slice
Okay.
and just right
Rim
around the
it.
rim of the glass, rim
Rim
it, and drop this rim into the glass, and a real Bordeaux cherry, not one of these manufactured like maraschino
Pickles,
cherries that
yeah,
is preserved in formaldehyde because they
Right.
truly are. And that's pretty much it. And
Okay.
so often, and bitters.
It's a classy man sip
And it's
drink.
aromatic bitters, and it does make a difference.
Okay.
Unless it's a either a rye or what else? Some other type of whiskey, and then you use an orange bitters.
I love how we have now become a channel, like an informational alcohol channel.
Okay, so
Well,
why did
first
we start
off-
this? The name of the goddamn podcast is Two Sips In.
Oh, yeah, no, seriously.
So anyway, I went to the store and I'm
You got
thinking,
some.
so everything has a price, labeled on it. The cherries, the bitters.
I thought you were just saying a euphemism or like an expression. Everything has a
No,
price.
not this time.
Everything has a price.
Everything does, but in this store, everything did except the whiskey, which I thought was kind of odd. It's like, oh, no big deal. So how much is a fifth of whiskey going to
Okay.
cost?
Yeah.
It's when it's distilled in Portland. I did not have high hopes because whiskey is supposed to be distilled either in Tennessee or Kentucky, in my mind.
Yeah.
So
How many states border Tennessee? I'm just kidding.
8. I learned this from our first broadcast. So, I go to pay for a bottle of whiskey, some cherries, a jar of cherries, and some bitters, and I don't believe anything else. And it was $117. And I thought, well, that's a little
Whoa.
bit. That whiskey must be pretty expensive. So
Yeah.
then I looked it up online. It's like, yeah, so it starts at $80 or $90 a bottle.
Wow. Shia.
So I thought this better be pretty good whiskey.
Yeah, no, I better get shit-faced off of one sip.
Take it to Alaska, and as soon as my brother-in-law got home from work, it's like, Dan, are you a whiskey drinker? You want an old fashioned? And I knew he was a whiskey drinker.
Trying to play it cool.
Yes.
Like,
Well, because this whole
the
bar is
cool
whiskey.
in-law.
It's
You're
nothing
the
about
cool
whiskey.
in-law. Like, hey, dude,
I have to be.
let's go to the farm.
Is that being cool?
No, I don't know what they have in Alaska.
I think
The outhouse? What do they have there? Anyway.
They don't necessarily have farms. Oh,
I thought you were going to say outhouses. They don't
oh,
necessarily
they do have.
bathrooms.
Do have those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So anyway,
You and
we
your
did
in-law.
make some old fashions. Let me tell you, Westward whiskey is probably the absolute best whiskey I've ever had in my life. It
Gosh
is
darn it.
so good.
Nice.
Yeah, smooth, just very aromatic, very flavorful. I highly recommend. And it's a 90 proof whiskey
Holy crap.
instead of the standard 80 proof.
Okay.
You would never know it because
Wow.
it's so smooth.
Is that
Yeah, it's really good. It's aged typically at least 5 years.
okay?
So, yeah, I highly recommend. So
So
going
where is mine?
we have
mean-
to. So when we
That's
came
hard.
back from Alaska, it was really late. So we didn't arrive until almost 9:00 at night, and it was like literally 8:56.
I don't think people realize how far Alaska really is away.
It's a long
Like it
ways.
just seems like it's 2 states
Oh,
down,
I
right?
got a lot of
Washington and
miles.
Canada. That's
No.
it. No, it's far.
I got a lot of miles. It was going there. It was like a 4.5 hour flight. Coming home, it was like a 3.5 hour flight.
All right.
Yep, nonstop. So
We're gonna pause this for a sponsor break. For
we
a
have to,
second.
which means we need more alcohol.
Welcome to our sponsor. I'm just making up a sponsor so we can go get more drinks.
I think you should.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
This podcast is brought to you by the letter Z. Why did I pick Z?
I don't
Of
know,
all-
because
of all the
zebra.
pick-
Zoology.
So, no. Okay. Wow, that was a great sponsor.
Welcome back to Two Sips In.
Oh, sorry. I thought some jingly went there.
Oh, so we were talking about my trip to Alaska, which it's taking forever to get to the whole
The punchline
thing.
of the story.
I'm not even sure there's a punchline,
Just
so
wait- I'm
don't
just
get your
waiting to
hopes up.
climax. Okay.
Nobody listening, do not get your hopes up. I'm just fair warning. So, shall we cheers first?
Okay. All right.
So
all right.
let's
New
have
drinks.
a little cocktail, and that will get us there. Ready? Okay. So, cheers, everyone. What are we drinking now?
Wow, I have
oh,
no
you
idea.
don't know.
You made
because I made these.
You tell me.
So, we always
was
start
in
with
the
vodka.
bathroom,
We always start with the alcohol base, We have to have a base starter.
Okay.
And this time it's vodka,
Okay.
which often
I'm a
it
good
is.
Pollock. I'm fine.
I'm good with vodka.
I can drink it like water.
Yep. Potatoes are easy to grow. They're in abundance. Anyway.
And easy to eat. Love me a
I
potato.
love potatoes.
Anything. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't care how they're cooked. I like
Right?
potatoes. Yeah.
Except, the whole weird scalloped mushy thing.
Okay, so I did not like scalloped potatoes as a youngster, a little youngster.
Oh, little Patrick.
But
I don't like those. Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm good with them now. It's not my preferred type of potato, but I don't know that I do have a preferred type of potato. I do like baked potatoes. I do
love
like mashed
smashed.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I call them smashed potatoes because it's fun to say.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm cute.
For a 3-year-old.
Hey, I'm cute.
So we get on the plane.
You're on a plane now.
We
After your 3 days waiting in the airport.
3 of us have 3 different seats. One of us, not me, is in row 22.
Okay.
Then our son is in row 28
Okay.
next to the window. I'm in row 29, so one seat behind
Okay.
my son.
So close.
I'm in the center seat.
Ugh.
Right. So I get to row 29 and picture this. Sicily, 1928.
You're in the mob now.
I feel like, yeah. Anyway, get to row 29, and I'm thinking maybe this is not my aisle because there is what turns out to be a mother and daughter team. The
Okay.
mother is 79. I'll tell you how I know this later. And the
Just
daughter,
trust us. She's 79.
and the daughter looks like she's 74. So I'm not really sure what's going on here. But
pregnancy, it's okay.
yeah, so daughter is next to the window. Mom is in the aisle. I'm in the center seat. I get to row 29. I'm putting my little carry-on up above in the head. I'm looked down, and my center tray table is down. They have their makeup products out on the tray table. They're putting on face cream. They're putting on hand lotion. I let them know I'm in the center seat.
Yeah.
And they look up at, and the mom looks up at me, and she says, "Oh, you're in the center seat?" It's like, yes. Well, we're just putting on our hand creams. Don't mind us. It's like, okay, no big deal.
But you have to get to your goddamn seat.
It's like I'm thinking this is cute. This is
Okay,
amusing.
yeah.
Well, 5 minutes go by and they're still putting on face
Where are
cream and
you?
hand.
Where are you
I'm
at
standing in the damn aisle, but I'm in row
You
29,
are-
so I'm almost in the bathroom
Okay,
anyway.
okay.
So
You're not holding up the entire
nope, I'm
freaking
practically in
plane.
the laboratory. Because you can't call it a bathroom on the plane. It's a laboratory.
Yes.
Or lavatory if
Yeah.
you're American.
Yeah.
So, well, I am American.
I know. I was gonna say. Is there more to your past that I know about?
Well, maybe. That'll be a future podcast. So, anyway, they finally put their shit away and put my tray table up to make room for me to get into my seat.
What was the stewardess doing at this time?
Oh, she was taking care of the first class passengers and those people.
okay,
She was clearing the aisles further
Others. Okay.
there.
All right.
She wasn't worried about us lowbrow people in the row 29.
Sure, man.
Yeah, we weren't holding anybody up. so
New
anyway,
hashtag row 29.
I take my seat, and within minutes, I learned that they came. They traveled down the night before from Hood River, Oregon, which is rural, but it's not
It's not that
boondocks.
far away from the city, for the love of George. Travel down means what?
No.
Maybe an hour max if traffic is bad.
Maybe.
Okay.
Then the mom is from the Washington side of Hood River, whatever that equivalent is. I can't remember the name of that little hick town she's from. And the daughter is from Hood River, Oregon. So far, 5 minutes in, I've learned this about them. Yeah.
Did they have big hair?
No, but they had. So I'm pretty sure the daughter was wearing a wig. Pretty sure.
It's okay.
And it was not a good wig because it was like straw. It was like really stringy, straight, like
So really,
straw.
you're hoping it was a wig.
I'm hoping it was a wig because
She had unhealthy hair otherwise.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So
Tell me about that flight.
they're not very sophisticated, but that's okay. I can still work with that.
You're going to Alaska.
I don't care.
No
it's
offense,
fine with me.
Alaska-ese,
Yeah.
Alaskans. I assume
What are
that's
they?
they're.
Alaskans, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
I don't think
Wow.
we have to.
Who's
Yeah.
not sophisticated?
Right?
Think we just called that one out.
Cheers, sweetie. So, sorry. Faux pas.
We're not eating at the same time, I swear.
Oh, and now I'm choking. So, anyway, they, or at least the mom, who proceeds to tell me she's almost 80,
Okay.
going to visit her sister in Alaska, who's only 14 months older than her.
Wow.
Yeah.
God dang.
Okay, again, they're from the 6th of Oregon and Washington. We shouldn't have high expectations.
But she's living in Alaska in her 90s? Hold on, what? How old did you say they were? I'm only...
Not 14 years.
Okay, 80 something.
14 months.
Months.
The sister is
Okay.
80.
Okay, but still,
The
living in
woman I'm
Alaska...
flying with on my left, she's 79. Sorry, I'm joking. It's Carrie's fault.
Oh, right.
She's 79,
Okay.
almost 80.
Okay.
Telling me how her sister will still continue to boss her around while she's up there because she plays the age card, even though she's only 14 months older.
I let my sister play that one. Like, yeah, you are
Right?
old.
My sister's 20 months older?
It's like
21
3.5
months older.
years
22
older,
months
but yeah,
older.
I'm like,
I don't
yeah,
know.
you're
She's
older, okay.
she's almost 2 years old. 23 months older. I knew I'd get there.
It's a hard road.
She still bosses me around
It's
too.
a hard
And
road.
I'm good with that.
It's like, whatever, you're old.
Yeah, right. So, after they've cleared off their makeup products, and let me tell you, these women can drink. And I'm not,
Oh,
hold
no, I
on.
love it. Oh, my God, I want to be their best friends
You
now.
don't
Go.
love it because they don't drink alcohol.
Oh, never mind then.
No, they, so I don't think either one of them has ever been on an airplane in their lives.
Oh.
They don't know how this all works.
Bless their hearts.
So they get coffee, they get Snappy Tom, which doesn't exist
What the
anymore.
hell is that?
Okay, thank you. It used to exist when I was a kid, back in the 60s, and it's a spicy tomato juice that,
It's a V8. With
but
spice.
spicy.
All right. So they want a Bloody Mary without the bloody.
Right. So
Okay, or without the
the
Mary.
flight attendants, who they call
Oh, no.
not stewardess, it was like steward something really weird. I've never heard the term before, but it was really odd.
Okay. I want you to write all this down so next time if we ever fly together, we can use all this.
I know. It was
Stew a
weird.
dame. Stew a dame. I need another. What was it, Tom? Spicy
Snappy Tom.
Snappy Tom. Stew a dame.
So first the mom who, okay, so planes tend to be a little bit loud. So I'm the cushion in between
Oh, no.
nut job 1 and nut job 2. And so the mom orders, after she orders her coffee and some other, water.
Okay.
Then she orders her Snappy Tom. Then she orders more coffee. Then she tries to give her trash to the people who are serving the drinks instead of waiting till. So they have to explain
right,
to her.
all
It's like
right.
somebody will
We'll
be
be
around.
back in a minute.
So then Gwen, and I can imitate this perfectly because that's the daughter's name. Gwen, look at this. Gwen, get a shot of that. Gwen, take a picture. Look. Gwen, you're never going to see this again. Gwen, look at that. So beautiful.
Oh, my God.
So Gwen then orders. Gwen has like a 14-gallon jug of water.
Okay, yeah.
She had to
Like
buy
the
it after she got
supersized
past
mega
security
gulp.
because it's huge.
Okay.
So now she's one of these people who drinks out of a plastic container who just sucks the shit out of that thing. And so the entire bottle collapses and crackles when she drinks. And she does this so many times. I'm just looking at her. It's like,
You might want to
do
get
you
looked into
know
diabetes.
how we can do this differently? Do you know that we can drink out of this water bottle without collapsing it and waking up everybody on the plane by
Well, I heard
crinkling the plastic?
I heard straws kill turtles.
Oh, I heard that too. So anyway, Gwen is like she's just sucking the shit out of that water bottle and collapsing.
Sucking it like it's a cheat
She is. And then she's ordering her coffee, and a half hour later she's ordering her Snappy Tom. So apparently,
So hold on. What do the stewardess say when they ask for a Snappy Tom?
that we don't have Snappy Tom, but we do have Bloody Mary mix. That is spicy and pretty similar.
Okay.
Will that work for you? Oh yes, it will. That will be fine.
Did it?
Oh,
Was
they
it
did.
okay?
They drank
liked
it.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So then the mom
Weirdos.
has to go pee, which doesn't disrupt me any because
Okay.
she's on the aisle seat. I'm in the center seat.
Whatever. Go pee.
But then when Gwen has to go pee, she has to, once she breaks that seal,
It's those Snappy Toms, man.
it's like,
They make the bladder just.
oh, and she's getting up to pee like every 5 minutes then. Because first of all, okay, so she looks like she's at least my age, but she's not as well preserved.
Okay, I thought you said she looked mom's age.
Well, she does. I'm just,
You're younger than mom.
but I'm assuming that she has to be my age
Okay.
because mom's 79. So
If
she's,
she got knocked up at young?
she could be 60.
I don't know.
What
You're
age?
still
4?
like 40, 50s to me. I know you're not.
Oh, I am
but-
to me too.
Okay. I'm still like 30s to me, so it works out.
You are to me too. Cheers, sweetie.
All lies. All lies.
So anyway, we go through all this,
Okay. So you
and
got Snappy
she's
Tom 1 and
asking
Snappy-
me, if not one, easily, and this is not an exaggeration, easily 50 questions about my son who's adopted.
Oh, right.
Because
okay.
she has an adopted daughter.
Oh, that's
But her
okay.
adopted daughter, she adopted when she was 5. I learned this.
Okay.
Which had to be 100 years ago. And her
78
her adopted daughter had really nice teeth until she started doing meth. And then she lost her teeth.
I hear that happens.
I heard that happens too. And
Oh, dear God.
and my son is like looking back at me with daggers in his eyes. It's
So
like,
he knows all that.
yes,
he hears everything.
Well, because she's deaf and she has
Oh,
she
my
act, she
God.
has
You missed that part of the whole talk.
okay, she has hearing
Which
aids.
one
She-
is deaf? The mom?
The mom, and she's not
Okay,
sure that
okay.
her
That
hearing
makes sense.
aids are working.
Can you hear it screaming? Because that's how you know they're working.
However,
honey.
the lights were on, but she wasn't home. So Gwen is helping her mom across me.
Oh, dear God.
Always keep in mind, I'm in
No.
the center seat. So whatever they do together, they're doing across me.
At any point,
If-
did you offer to like switch seats? Like, hey, you guys want to sit
Oh,
together?
I wanted to switch with the seat the person in the center seat in front of me.
Oh, they didn't want Gwen. They didn't want Gwen.
She was a really attractive, young, looked Hawaiian, and sitting next to my 15-year-old son. Do you think that he
had
would
a
want
boner
me?
the whole flight.
Probably. Yeah, it's like, no, he does not want to sit next to dad. He will like choke me out if I doze off. So
I understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's totally.
yeah, she was really attractive.
And you wanted a story for the podcast, so
I
it
guess
works
so.
out.
Okay,
it works
so
out.
but it was so funny because the two of them. So they order meals.
Okay.
Pay $9 for their meals, and then the mom decides to pull out the little info card from
Yeah.
the seat back.
Love the
and-
photos from them.
And
Best photos
so,
ever.
So she had just gotten the Alaska Airlines credit card.
Okay.
I think it may have been the first credit card she ever had in her life. I'm really guessing that
Oh,
it
no.
probably, in all likelihood, it was. She goes,
I love
Gwen,
these two. I love these
Gwen,
two.
I'm paying for the meal. Gwen, I've got my Alaska card. Gwen, it's in my carry-on in the side pocket. Gwen, it's under your seat. Can you get it? Can you get it, Gwen? Gwen, it's there. So Gwen goes to look for it, and she goes, "Is this it?" Well, it's the fucking Alaska
The one
credit
that
card.
says Alaska
Yeah, it
across
says Alaska all over the front of it. So she pays for it, and she's very proud of herself. And God bless her, because she paid for their $9.50 like protein platters or whatever they were.
Yeah, yeah.
However,
AKA
on the
hard-boiled egg.
that's what it was. Exactly, a hard-boiled egg and some cheese.
A grape and a cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there were some almonds or something in there
Oh,
too.
good for them.
Yeah,
Good
it was
for
good.
them.
Yeah.
So well
I
balanced.
thought so too.
Anyway.
So she pays for their meals and they get all done with their meals. We're about a half hour further into the flight and she has half her meal stuck between her teeth apparently.
No.
What does she use to pick out the food from her teeth? The information card
Oh.
on the seat back. And she doesn't make bones about it. She pulls that damn thing out of the back of the seat and she uses the corner of it.
Going to town.
And she is picking her teeth, dislodging
Hey.
that food. And she was done and put that back in the back of the seat. 5
When
minutes
you
later,
were
she
80
realized she had more.
Oh no.
She picked some more and then put it back.
When you were 87, you were not worried about germs. You're like, take me now, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
I looked at her and gave her the stink eye. And she did not pick up on the stink eye. But
Okay, quick question. Did she know about Mark? Like,
no.
Okay, so she didn't realize you were gay because you had a son. I'm just wondering.
Oh, no,
if
that didn't
ever
even come
came
up. No, that didn't even come up.
Okay.
Oh, that would have been interesting, maybe.
Right?
I don't
I wanna know there-
because she was from the Boondocks, so.
But the Boondocks being Mount Hood,
Well, she was from the other side of the hood.
the other side, the wrong side.
It's out there.
It is what it is, man.
So, but as we got into Alaska.
Okay, yes. So as you're coming in.
It's still daylight, and you can see the mountains, and she looks over, the mom looks over across me.
What's mom's
across
name?
Her
Did you ever
I have no idea. It's mom. It's
Gwen and
just
mom. It's Gwen and it's mom. Okay.
And I'm telling you, it's like, Gwen. Oh, I didn't finish about the cards. So
Hold on, guys. I just saw a light bulb.
on the
a
seatback
light
cards,
bulb just
on the
came
seatback
up.
cards, this whole thing, we cycle back around to she just got her credit card, and it says on the seatback card, when you use your Alaska
Miles,
card to pay for your $9.50 protein pack, that costs them
Cardboard
50
thing.
cents to make,
Yeah.
that you get a 20% discount. And
Okay,
all she does is
okay.
she takes her index finger and she taps that little paragraph. She goes, Gwen, because Gwen's hard of hearing too. Gwen, look at this. Read this.
Tap,
read
tap,
this.
Tap, yeah.
Get your card. Read this. And then she
that
realizes
20% off.
that
For that $1.80.
that you get a free baggage check. Gwen. She's tapping her index finger against the card. Read this, Gwen. Read this. Look, Gwen. So then we get to the mountain range in Alaska.
Oh, no.
Beautiful with
Yeah,
all the
no, gorgeous.
You can see the glaciers, you can see the mountains, all the snow, all the ice. Beautiful if you're into that. So it's Gwen.
You're into that.
Take a picture. Gwen, take a picture. Well,
Look at that.
Gwen doesn't know how to use her fucking phone to take a picture.
No, of course not.
And she doesn't have one of those fruit phones. She
has a flip phone.
She has no. Gwen does have one of those phones that's not the name of a fruit. She has that other.
I think we can say Apple.
I don't like to though.
Okay.
Tim Cook has enough money.
Don't you have one?
I do. But Gwen has.
He's got enough one. I've got iPhone 11.
Gwen has an Android-based phone, and
Amen
she
to
has
her.
no idea how to use it.
I love Gwen.
So let me tell you, Gwen's a piece of work too. So I have to show Gwen how to zoom in,
Okay.
how to change the effects on her phone, because when
Right.
you take a photo of white mountains,
It's all
I don't
white.
care how
It's
beautiful
just
they look.
white.
It's just white. It comes out
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
Gwen has no
Okay.
idea. She.
So now you've become an art teacher.
So then I found out they just got their phones.
Of course they did.
They've never had phones before, but they
course they
just
did.
got their phones. So I'm having to teach them how to use their phones, which I'm not an Android user. I'm sorry, but I could figure this out in about 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, no, it's very simple. It's very
pretty
easy
simple.
to use and simple. So
Yeah.
no, that's one reason I love Android.
But, at least Gwen has some memories now. But
Does she, though?
and they both have. So then I'm helping them get their carry-on before they get off the plane. They both have CPAP machines. So
Bless their goddamn motherfucking hearts. I
Well,
love these two.
I love them for the first 2 minutes when they were I love them.
So I would have offered to move seats. I would have said,
I
hey, why don't
wanted
you too?
to.
Well, why didn't you?
They like the
That's
they like the
on
idea
you.
of having the separation between them.
That's on you.
They liked me being the buffer.
No.
No.
That's on you.
No.
I would have offered it. Like, hey guys, why don't I move? Because I would really like to like nap.
No.
Is what I would have
Okay.
said.
So here's no, I don't nap on planes.
No shit, but they don't know that.
Oh, that's true. So here's the difference though. So me being in the middle seat, I only had Gwen who needed to get across me to go to the bathroom. If I was in the aisle seat, Gwen and Mom both would have to get
But you
across me.
wouldn't have been
And
in
they don't go to
middle
the bathroom
of
at the
their-
same time.
You wouldn't have been in the middle of their conversation though, so I'm totally okay.
Oh, they didn't have a lot of conversations. Mom tried.
Gwen, really?
Mom spoke to me a lot.
Oh,
but
no.
I know.
Bless her heart. I love old people.
I used to. Oh,
no, more stories.
Then we get to Alaska, and I love my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. And I don't know, because it's really sad that I have to question whether it was just tongue-in-cheek or like for real. But in the guest bathroom, we go guest bathroom, I do my business, I go to wash my hands, I look at the soap dispenser, and it has a little picture of Jesus.
Of course it does.
And it says, wash your hands and say your prayers because Jesus and germs are everywhere. I laughed my ass off because I thought that was the most hysterical thing I've ever seen in my life. And the soap smelled pretty good too.
I love that every 5 seconds I say something, you go, oh, hold on. I got a story.
I feel like this has been my podcast so far.
Anyway, I think we are 2 sips in.
I think we are too.
And I hope everyone had a fabulous Thanksgiving. Fabulous. I just wanted to be dramatic. And we will see you in the next episode.